Well, good evening, everybody. How you feeling? Are you feeling good? Everybody like dinner? About a hand for the youth ministry putting that dinner on. Yeah. Gluten-free pancakes. Where else are you going to get those? So we're going to do a couple of sing-alongs to get everybody warmed up here. I'd like to know how many of you think that you know all the words to Frosty the Snowman? Oh, sure you do. Sure you do. Okay, so sing this along with me and keep your eyes closed, okay? And I'll see who's got it, all right? Are you ready? Let's count Rob in. Ready? Hit it. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of gold. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler. Oh, Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Everybody. Oh, you sound great. Thumpity, thump, thump, thumpity, thump, over the hills of snow. Very nice. Very nice. You guys sound great. So we're gonna do a song about reindeer. Does anybody know a song about reindeer? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do we know that one? We do. All right, let's try that one. You know Dasher and Dancer and Comet and Blitzen. Exactly. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? You know who it is. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, but if you ever saw it, he would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him Nick. You never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games, but here he is. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright. Then how the reindeer loved him as he shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Oh yeah. Look at this guy. Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as he shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. right, please welcome warmly the star of the show, Stacy Butter!
Hi, everybody. I am so excited that it is Family Christmas. I think you all know this is one of my most favorite nights of the whole year. I'm pretty impressed with those moves from our Frosty and our Rudolph. And I heard maybe they were hanging out having some pancakes. Did you guys see them over there? All right. I am so glad that you are here. I am so grateful for our community. And I am grateful for those special characters that show up in our lives. And here at Mile High Church and here at Family Christmas, we have one very special, sacred character that always makes an appearance. Will you please welcome this guy and the gingerbread man.
Little old woman and a little old man lived in a little old house, from what I understand. One day the woman got hungry. She made herself a gingerbread man. She put him in the oven at 3:45. She couldn't believe it when she opened up the door. He got up on his feet and jumped out on the floor. Next thing you know, he's running out the front door singing, "Run, run, as fast as you can." Hit it. Run, run, as fast as you can. You can't. Oh, yeah. Gingerbread man went running down the road till he came upon a cow. What does a cow sound like? And that cow said, "I would like to eat you up right now." Gingerbread man said, "No way, Miss Cow, no way. You're not gonna mess with me. 'Cause I just jumped out of the oven. I kinda like being free." And he said, "Run, run, as fast as you can. You can't. Run, run, just as fast as you can. You can't catch me." Oh, yeah! Gingerbread man kept running down the road till he came upon a cat. What did that cat sound like? Said, "Come on over here, Mr. Gingerbread Man. I think I see where my lunch is at." Gingerbread Man said, "No way, Miss Cat, no way. You're not gonna mess with me. See, I just jumped out of the oven. I kinda like being free." And he said, "Run, run. You can't. Run, run, just as fast as you can. You can't." Oh, yeah! Gingerbread man kept on running down that road till he came to a place where a river flowed. He said, "Uh-oh, cookies can't swim. Now what am I gonna do?" Well, who came along next but the fox? And he said, "Hey, Mr. Gingerbread Man, I've got a plan for you. Hop up on my tail, Mr. Gingerbread Man. I'll gladly swim you across the river." Gingerbread man hopped up on the fox's tail, but the water kept getting higher. "Hop up on my back, Mr. Gingerbread Man." The water kept getting higher. "Hop up on my head, Mr. Gingerbread Man." But the water kept getting higher. That old fox said, "Hop up on my nose, Mr. Gingerbread Man." And you know what happened to him next? They say the fox ate him, but every year when I come here, I still hear him singing this song. Run, run, as fast as you can. You can. Run, run, as fast as you can. That's what I'm talking about.
That was great, Barry.
Thank you.
That was better than last year.
So, hey, it's
What do you want to do?
well, it's good to see everybody. I see a bunch of sheep down front here, and you know, kind of reminds me of that first Christmas long ago that we remember. And there's a a story that goes along with it. But a lot of people have questions, and so I wanted to answer some of those questions tonight. A lot of people wonder, when you have a baby, you always wonder, how much did the baby weigh? And the people ask the mom, how much did the baby weigh?
Everybody asks that.
Everybody asked that. And so the same thing was happening with Joseph and Mary. And so people wonder, how did they know how much the baby Jesus weighed? And do you know how they found out?
No idea.
They had to weigh in the manger. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does. And how about snowmen? A lot of people wonder about snowmen. We saw Frosty out here, and you wonder, well, what happens when a snowman throws a temper tantrum? What happens then?
Oh, yes, I know this one. He has a meltdown.
He has a meltdown. Somebody else heard that too. And of course, that's a therapy thing there, so we won't go too far into that. But this is another thing about that first Christmas that I found touching, is that after the wise men had given their gifts of gold and frankincense to the baby Jesus, what did the wise men say then?
We know this one. Wait, there's myrrh.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, there's myrrh. That's a spice joke. So one of the things I remember, I was just outside, and there's a beautiful moon outside and Venus right above the moon. Did anybody see that coming in tonight? Beautiful. It's beautiful. And it was on a night much like this, when Will and Phil were walking out on their land in the mountains. And they looked down into the valley, and there's a pond down there that was frozen over. And they saw some shepherds with a flock of sheep, much like these right here. And the shepherds were trying to coax them to go across that frozen pond. But they were sore afraid. And I remember Will said to me that night,
Hey, Phil, look at them shepherds. They're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. Right?
yeah, that's it.
You guys
Let's
get
hear
it.
it. Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Get it?
Beautiful, beautiful. And a hand for Mike Marlier, our drummer back there. He's carrying the show. Guy with the big ears.
That's right.
But we are going to have a nativity pageant. Tom's been doing
Nativity, yes.
a lot of research about this to find out where it began and some of the aspects of it. Can you give us a little something?
Oh, yeah. It's from a long time ago, a couple thousand years ago. The first nativity pageant was put on by St. Francis of Assisi in 1223. He's credited with that. That's kind of cool.
That'll be on the final, by the way.
Why they called him Assisi, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
So I thought that was a pretty brave thing to do. But the parts of the nativity, everybody knows there's always got to be a bunch of babies. A bunch of babies?
Usually there's just one baby in the nativity thing.
All
There's
right.
just,
I probably need to do some more research.
just one baby. But
Actually.
speaking of the nativity scene, we have one coming up right here, and we want to thank you all for being here. Here they are, the Mile High Youth Ministry.
Friends and family, welcome to a story about Christmas. In one Bible story, an angel called Gabriel appeared to Mary and told her she was going to have a son and that she should name him Jesus. Then, in the town of Bethlehem, Jesus was born to Joseph and Mary. Stars go by.
angels visited baby Jesus. They traveled many miles following a bright star that shone high above the sky. They brought the most valuable gifts of that time: gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
We three kings of Orient are bearing gifts. We travel so far, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. In another Bible story, an angel appeared to shepherds while they were quietly watching their sheep. The angel told them about the birth of Jesus. When they looked up, they saw the sky was filled with angels. So they too went in search of this very special person. The first Noel, the angel did say, was too certain for shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel.
Now, over 2,000 years later, we celebrate the birth of Jesus because he became one of the world's greatest teachers. He taught us things like, if you want to receive love, give love. If you want truth, be truthful. If you want respect, be respectful. I bring the gift of sharing because sharing is caring.
I bring the gift of courage by doing what is right.
I bring the gift of kindness by treating others the way I'd like to be treated.
I bring the gift of respect by seeking to understand others. I bring the gift of hope by expecting good things.
I bring the gift of joy of always letting my light shine brightly.
I bring the gift of honesty by telling the truth no matter what.
I bring the gift of unity by knowing everything and everyone is connected.
I bring the gift of gratitude by appreciating others.
I bring the gift of pride by always trying my best.
In this way, we can begin doing our part to bring peace around the world. Good tidings we bring to you and your kids. Good tidings for Christmas and a happy new year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy new year.
Hey, everybody, a minister's on the stage, which means someone's going to ask you for money. Isn't that fantastic? No, I'm just kidding, although I am asking you for money. So which one is it? Hey, don't we have the most incredible youth and family ministry here at Mile High Church? I am so grateful to our director, Stacy Butters, for all of the heart, the management, the spirit, the creativity that she puts into leading our youth program. I'm so grateful to Salwa Fluwell, our incredible assistant director who brings heart, order, and creativity. And aren't we grateful for their husbands, Mike and Craig, for all they do for us year after year? Where are all the youth volunteers that assist with the little kids? Where are you here? Week after week, event after event. We are so incredibly grateful for you. Let's hear it for them. Where are our high ground peeps? Jackie and the whole entire gang, we are so grateful. And all the teens too. And are any of our staff from our Children's Enrichment Center here? We are so grateful for you and all the work that you do every day here at Mile High Church. And the kids themselves, where are our kids? We are so grateful for all that you do. And as blessed as I am to be a minister here, it's been a bigger blessing to have kids grow up here at Mile High Church. I don't underestimate that blessing. It's so very awesome. Where'd Maureen go? Is she wrangling sheep? The incredible Maureen has for years and years put together that nativity pageant for us. We were so grateful to her. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you. You have bins outside to give money to. Some of you gave it when you came in for the dinner. Just know that we are so very grateful. And let's take a deep breath and honor all the abundance in our lives and in the church. And then just say, and oh yeah, okay, watch. So take it all in and then all together, oh yeah. And so it is.
All right, friends, I would be delighted to share a story with you tonight. But the first thing I need is a chair. A chair. No? No? Perfect. All right, the other thing about our story is that it will be up on these screens so you can see all of the pictures. But if you want to come forward and just gather around right here, I am totally good with that. Oh my gosh, so many friends. This is so exciting. This is so exciting. All right, so I just want to remind you to be kind to all of the people around you while we were reading this story. Are we all good with that? What is it that I need from you while we're doing the story?
To be quiet.
Quiet is good. What else do I need? Listening is even better. How about kindness to the person next to you? Can we all say kindness? All right, perfect. If you're able to sit or kneel down, that is perfect for this story. All right. So I just want to remind you that if you want to see the pictures of this story, they are up on those screens. Where are the screens? Perfect. Okay, everybody, our story is called Penguin Huddle. Penguin Huddle. This book is by Ross Montgomery, and it is illustrated by Sarah Warburton. All right. The penguin pack played all day long at the frozen southern pole. Some went ice skating, some went fishing, the others juggled snowballs, and when the sun went down and stars filled the cold, dark sky, penguin huddle! The penguins squeezed and squished together so they stayed warm and cozy all night long. But one night, there was a storm that blew as hard as a herd of mammoths and froze the wind to the mountain. And when the penguins woke up the next morning, they were stuck. They were stuck. See up there? They were stuck. Okay, the penguins pulled and puffed and shuffled and scuffled, but it was no use. They were frozen together like a giant penguin ice pop. From the middle of the huddle came a tiny voice. "Let's ask our friends to help," said Pipsqueak, the smallest of them all. The snow hares heaved and huffed, and the walruses pried and puffed, but they didn't budge one bit. What a penguin muddle. "What will we do?" cried the panicked penguins. "I've got an idea," said Pipsqueak, and he pointed to a place far, far away. The penguins set off across the great and gleaming ocean. They traveled by Iceberg Express, Albatross Airways, and Whale Rail until they finally came to a shining city. "There's got to be someone who can help us here," said Pipsqueak. The streets were filled with thousands of different animals from all over the world. The penguins searched high and low for someone who could lend a paw, hoof, or flipper. But the baker's warm donuts didn't defrost them, and the barber's sharp claws couldn't crack them, and the beetle's bowling balls bounced right off them. What a penguin struggle! Just when the penguins were feeling lumpier and grumpier than ever and ready to give up, Pipsqueak had another idea.
Oh, no.
Look at the poster, everyone. We can ask the Doctopus for help. The Doctopus was about to leave his office when the penguin pack pushed in. "You have to help us, Doc," the penguins cried. "We're frozen stiff." The Doctopus listened with a little smile as they told their story. "Bless my tentacles," he said. "I think you've solved this penguin puzzle on your own. The answer is right at your feet." The penguins couldn't believe their eyes. After all their adventures, their penguin huddle had melted into a penguin puddle. "We're free, yippee," they sang. And when the dancing was done, poor Pipsqueak wasn't happy anymore. "I loved our penguin huddle. We were squished and squeezed and lumpy and grumpy, but we were close too. And now that it's gone, I miss it." They made a penguin promise. "Whenever the night is cold," said one, "we'll always be here to keep you safe and warm." "Wherever you go," said another, "you will always have friends who can help you. We might not have our penguin huddle, but you can always have a penguin cuddle." The end. Thanks, guys. I know. That's my mic. All right, guys. You got Bella? All right. You ready? Here you go, sweetie. All right, Elaine, can you go down?
Well, that was a pretty good story there, Stacy. That was good. I like that. It'd be great if we had, how about a hand for Stacy Butters, storyteller extraordinaire? It'd be great if somebody else came in right now. I don't know. Somebody who was over in the community center and visits about this time of year. You never know. But maybe if we all take a deep breath and say, Santa. Oh, I'd love to see Santa coming. Whoa, here he comes. Look at that. You brought him into the room. Yeah, look at that. And Rudolph leading him in here too. Here he is, all the way from the North Pole, Santa Claus. Oh, yeah. You are looking good, Santa. Come on down here. Come on down. Oh, yeah, look at this. We got Santa Claus right in the room. How's that? Yeah. How about a hand for Santa Claus? Good to see you, Santa. Good to see Santa Claus here. Good to you made it back again this year.
Yes, indeed. It's one of my favorite trips.
Have the kids been good this year?
Well, the ones I've talked to so far have been good. Have you been good this year?
All right. I don't know if they're all telling the truth, but I think especially these teenagers right front. Look at all these. Isn't this great seeing all these teenagers here?
Yes, indeed. All of my wonderful elves. I think they all deserve a big hand. Don't you?
So I had an important question when I was over in the community center today. Somebody asked me about getting a letter to Santa and how would they get a letter to you. How do you get your letters?
Well, I get my letters from many different places, but it's very easy for all of you. All you have to do is get it to a mailbox. If you get your letter to a mailbox, doesn't matter where or when, I will get it from you.
Wow, that's a good deal. There's your U.S. Postal Service at work right there. Huh? Yeah. And how about the elves this year? Do you think the elves have done a good job?
Well, the elves have been working very hard this year. I think they have been doing a fantastic job this year. Well done. Another big hand to match their big ears.
So the last thing I'm wondering, will you be able to stick around for a little bit after we're done here and talk to some of the kids?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I recognize a lot of you already, but there's some of you I have not seen yet. So I'll be waiting for you out there when we're all done here.
How many of you haven't seen Santa yet? Raise your hands. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. It's always a joy to have you here.
Thank you. It is a delight to be here again. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa Claus. Great job. Frosty and Rudolph, too. You guys are looking great. Looking great. All right. We're going to see if our singers got one more song in them. What do you think? Can you give them a hand, bring them back out here? Let's hit it, you guys.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping.
And I brought some corn for popping.
The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying,
And my dear, we're still goodbye.
but as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Till we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, oh, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying,
And my dear, we're still goodbye.
but as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Thank you all so much for coming. It is a blessing that you made this Wednesday night your kickoff to the Christmas season. If you haven't had enough sugar tonight, we've got more cookies in the lobby, and Santa is waiting there to see